So the next thing I want to show in 2Timer is how to integrate with FinishLynx. And to do that, I'm going to introduce you to a new concept here for 2Timer called connectors. And connectors is going to be our method for both inputs and outputs. And what I mean by inputs and outputs is it means it's both the things we're taking in from like timing systems, but sometimes there's an output that we need to send back to timing systems. So with with Lynx, it's a very two-way communication. We're writing kind of the files that were for the seeding information for Lynx to pick up, but then Lynx is going to write back the results files, for example. So we have that kind of system, but also connectors can be used to have outputs for like results outputs. Right now it's just local files and S3. In the future, I'm going to add some other outputs as well to be able to maybe integrate live scoring systems or to FTP and things like that. But anyway, for this tutorial, we're talking about FinishLynx. And I'm in a track meet here. If I was in a cross-country meet, you'd see some other hardware integrations such as chip timing software. But since I'm in a track meet right now, the only option I have is FinishLynx. So I'm going to click create a FinishLynx connector. So the most important thing we need to do here is we need to pick our links folder. Any of you timers probably already well familiar with that concept. So I'm going to just choose links to file. And what we see here is it's going to warn me, and it's going to say that there is it's going to warn me and say that there's already files in this folder, and what do I want to do about that? And so see, when I click next, it says, hey, there's already files in here. Typically what you want to do is you want to start with a blank folder, because otherwise you're going to be intermixing the different meats together. So we can either click clear existing files. If we know what we're doing and we want to do it anyway, we can click continue anyway. Or we can say, oh, actually, no, I want to create a new folder for this one. So I'm just going to call this a test folder. So what this is actually going to do is not read from this links to, but it's going to create a custom folder for just this meat. So called test in this case. So now I have a blank folder. It's perfectly happy. So now you see I have my import and my export settings. It's going to tell you all the things it's going to write and all the things it's going to read. And I'm going to click next, and it's going to confirm everything. I click save connector, and now all of a sudden I have this connection going. And so if I look over in my folder here, this thing will, as soon as I make like any changes into any of the files, if I move something around or reorder anything, it's going to automatically trigger it to update. So if I just like reorder these events, if I drag over my file over here, it created this test folder, and you'll see it wrote out all these files. So my events file here with all my seeded athletes. It's got my people file with all the athletes, our schedule file, and our team affiliation as well. So that, again, every time that you make a change, that automatically gets updated. So if I like make another change here, let's just put the 1600 first or something, right? I save that change, and then I go back over here, and then I open up the EVT file. We see my 1600s first. So this, you don't have to tell it to change. Every single time you make a change, it's automatically going to update this file with the latest changes. So super easy. And then if I dropped any LIF files in here from FinishLynx, it is also automatically going to pick those up. You can see this here. It kind of keeps track and gives you the total things, keeps track of like when it last published, when it last read, things like that. So you can see that here. You can also see abbreviated form of that on your dashboard, so you can kind of just see like, hey, this thing is still running kind of deal. And anytime if you want to edit this, you can pause it. If you want it to stop updating, you can start it. You can make it sync. You can make it published manually, or you can, of course, go in here and change some of the settings as well. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense, and see how easy it is to get started.